as well. So just jumping on to quickly chat about the importance of planning. So that is what we're going to be focusing on for the month of April, is planning and how to be an effective planner in your healthcare business. So I suppose April is always a good month to go, okay, I've done my first quarter, January, February, March. How is that lining up with my yearly goals? Am I 25% of the way through, or are my goals that I set in January way off and I need to recalibrate what I'm doing to get back on track? So April is a really good month to do this. If you haven't already realized, we've gone through the first quarter. Most businesses are analysed on a quarterly basis because it gives a 13-week rolling average to see how you're rolling out over the year. Generally in healthcare businesses, especially private practice, we will get a bump from March all the way through to October probably, because it's the busiest period in Northern Hemisphere where people are out and about, they're getting injured, they need treatment for physio. So having a look at that is, what were your numbers like for April? So if I asked you, what was your total revenue for the first quarter? What was your profit on the first quarter? What was the biggest thing that you improved on in the first quarter? Where are areas of improvement that you need for the second quarter? So that's what we done in boardroom last week. We sat down with the business owners and we went, right, okay, show us where you went really well in the first quarter and the areas for improvement on the second quarter. And the big thing to look at there is where you went really well. Sometimes because we're on the hamster wheel, we forget to take a step back and go, actually, I done really well in the first quarter, because it's hard to give yourself praise in the business because you think you should be working all the time. So sometimes you need to take a step back, reflect and go, you know what, I'm doing alright here and I just need to tweak these things for the second quarter, which is where we reflect and go, what didn't go so well, what needs improvement. And the only way you're going to do all this within your business as you, the healthcare business owner, it's your responsibility, you're accountable to it. Otherwise you're just running a hobby really. It's a waste, not a waste of time, but it's just a hobby that you're not getting paid for properly. So you need to start looking at it like it's a business. And the only way you can do that is if your diary reflects that priority. So every Monday morning, me and Paddy, we have meeting with ourselves, we've a meeting with our admin, and then we've a meeting with our clinic lead. So we've a lot of meetings on a Monday morning and you think, oh, it's just a meeting about a meeting. It's a meeting reflecting back on the previous week of what went well, what areas need to be improved on for the week. And that could be done over the course of a month if you've never done that before. If you're working on your own, you need to sit down each month and go, right, well, where am I improving, where am I not improving? And if you just go in Monday morning, check your emails, bang, start into clients, away you go, you're seeing clients all week, you haven't made any time to work on your business, that's when you're going to suffer from burnout, you're not going to know your numbers and you're going to get surprises more along the way. So if you can take, ideally I would say take at least 2 hours if you haven't done any of it before. If you're a bit more established, you need to be taking half a day. If you have a really established clinic, I'd only be working 4 hours or 4 days a week clinically if you can, and work 1 full day running the actual business, because it is a business, it needs to be run, you need to be accountable to the business, and all your staff need to know their roles. And without you planning and implementing what you've planned, it's not going to run effectively. So take the time is the big message from this video today. And the other thing is, take the time away from the clinic. So again, we're on a hamster wheel, we're over the 2 years of COVID now. There is cancellations yet, but we're living with COVID. You need to start planning holidays as well. So taking time away from the clinic lets you even reflect longer. So if you can take 10 days, a week, 2 weeks, that's going to make a massive difference. You're going to come back refreshed and you're going to see things in a different light. So highly recommend taking a holiday, implementing time in your diary to protect the time. That patients, you can't squeeze patients in, that sort of stuff. You're taking at least 2 hours a week to work on your business, and then the stuff that you're working on your business, you need to implement it, because you can have all the plans, make all these great ideas, but unless you have time then allocated to implement your plans, nothing is going to change. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, pop them up in the comment section below. Otherwise, hope you have a great week, and if you have any questions you want answered directly, email me colin@practicenav.ie, and if you want to find out more about working with us in our community in Practice Nav Plus, just reach out again and we can have a chat. Take care and have a great week. Cheers.